It seems like a normal gaming system, but it's far from it. The Super Mini SN02, preloaded with 800 games, looks nearly identical to the original Nintendo SNES. Even the packaging is nearly a perfect copy. But it's not created by, sold by, or affiliated with Nintendo in any way.
It looks exactly like a miniature version of the old Super Nintendo.
Taylor Turley's 5-year-old son was gifted the console for Christmas, and she was ready to share some gaming nostalgia with him.
I was raised in the 90s. A lot of these games are very familiar with me. I honestly wanted to play the game before I gave it to him.
But she quickly realized some of the preloaded games included offensive or racist language and pornographic material, like this image of what appears to be 2 naked children in a tent. The book there labeled porn, and one with a sexually explicit character that looks like Ronald McDonald, along with an email account.
You can only imagine the type of person that's posting their email on pedophilic games.
She says she was also shocked to find a game with racist characters.
There's another game that is supposed to be like Mario 2, I believe, and it's called Black Man 2 once you get into the game, and I don't know how to describe it. It's pretty racist.
The gaming system, which doesn't list a manufacturer on the box, but says it's made in China, is sold by multiple third parties on major retailers like Walmart or Amazon. And we found it being sold in person at an electronics store in Corona, Queens, displayed right here on a table outside the store, along with what appears to be a knockoff Nintendo Switch. Here is the loading screen, and we see Luigi here, like a cartoon version of Luigi, very familiar. Looks like a fun game so far. Everything looks pretty normal. But as we kept scrolling, we're deep into the games now. It's 111 is the number of games that we've gotten to get to this screen. And on the same page, we have Mickey Mouse 3, which sounds like a game. Sure, you let your kids play that. That's fine. But on the same page, we have one that sounds much more explicit and questionable. And then as we hit play, we were even more shocked. Okay, right off the bat, that's not the Mowgli I remember. It would just be a normal game if it weren't for Mowgli being naked. We've reached out to Disney for comment on this, but have not heard back.
I was fuming.
Kyla Knight has been trying to warn other parents about the system on TikTok and tells us she bought it for her kid when it was listed here as a bestseller on Amazon.
My husband went ahead and bought it. It was like, hey, this is only $50. You know, we're going to go ahead and get this.
After Kyla reached out to Amazon, the company told her they were investigating. And in a statement to NBC News, said the product was, quote, investigated and removed. But as of today, it's now listed on the site by another third-party seller. Walmart also telling NBC News the game will be removed because it does not comply with our prohibited products policy. But we found one that appears to be the same system by a third-party seller today. The online posts selling the systems do not mention anything about inappropriate content. They even receive some 5-star reviews.
If you go into the descriptions of these consoles, they are marketed to children. They're marketed to give to your friends' children.
However, now Kyla and Taylor joining dozens of other customers, leaving reviews to warn other parents and to get the word out.
That's all I wanted to do with this whole topic, was just make sure that parents knew what could potentially be on presents that they're buying for their kids.
My warning would just be to make sure that you go through the console yourself and test out these games. Even if you're not interested in playing it, just be aware of what your child is taking in all accounts.
All right, Stephen Romo joins us now live here on Top Story. So, Stephen, I mean, this is pretty eye-opening, and it's incredible how much it looks like the old Super Nintendo. How hard was it to get to the games that were inappropriate? I mean, could any kid find them? And you found things that were even sicker than what we saw in your story, correct?
Yeah, stuff we could not include in the story, definitely on this game. That's one of the weird things about it, though, is if a parent gives this to their child, they might look through it for a while and not find anything. But after scrolling just a few pages down, all of a sudden you see some strange titles that seem racist. The games themselves are actually pretty normal, but then you get to the one like we saw, the Jungle Book version. There is a normal version of the Jungle Book as well, but then for inexplicable reasons, there's this sexually explicit version in there. And there are some totally good games, some nostalgic games. I played the Star Trek game. That was actually pretty fun for a while. That's why I don't understand the reason that this product would actually have that. It'd be good to get a response from the manufacturer, but there's actually not one listed on the box. So
yeah, some sick puppies out there, and we thank you and the Top Story team for finding this out so we can let parents know.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.